Good morning, and welcome to Seeds of Light, Maine FM's holistic healthcare and lifestyle show every Monday morning, 10 till 12. And I have amazing guests with me here this morning. I'm your host, Stardancer, and I started this show with the intention of putting unity back into our community and bringing together all the holistic practitioners to express to you how the practices got started, the history of them, the explanation of what they are, and how we can utilize them in our life for everyday health and practice. Today, I've got two amazing people that have the opportunity to share with us exactly how you can be prosperous and abundant with no limitations and no blockages. And they've got great stories to tell as to how they came into their understanding of abundance and prosperity and how they can help you to practice that as well. I have Zebulon here with me, who is a financial life coach, basically. He teaches prosperity and abundance. And then Barbara Waterhouse, she has a great story of how she became a minister at the Center for Spiritual Living, which offers prosperity classes every Wednesday night. Good morning, both of you, and thank you for coming.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being part of my family of light. Who wants to start? You've both got great stories as to how you became who you are and why you chose the path that you chose.
Well, I'll start. I'm always very happy to start. I had a pretty normal upbringing in the world of not enough. Not enough money, not enough food, not enough clothes, not enough time, not enough, certainly not enough love. And I was very indoctrinated into that to the point where, fast forward a couple of decades, I found myself in Eugene, Oregon, with a 3-year-old child with no money, no vehicle, no place to live, no prospects. And at that time, the person upon whose floor I was sleeping said to me one morning, do you want to go to church with us? And sure, it was cold, I was hungry, and maybe I could find a cup of coffee there. And so off I went, and I found words that rang true to my soul. Those things that I had always hoped were true, but had not yet experienced. And that was that I was not a victim in life, that I was powerful beyond my wildest dreams, that it was actually me who was creating my reality. And that whatever level of poverty and struggle and suffering that I was experiencing, I could do something different. And at that moment, in those brief moments, I was hooked, and I've been hooked ever since, that there's a power within us all that can manifest as the experiences of our lives. And if we will but learn to use the tools that we have, our thoughts, our beliefs, our words, our actions, then we can create whatever it is we choose to create. And I have created. I have created miracle after miracle after miracle. I've gone from not having anything to having everything. My life is just heaven on earth.
I agree. Life's full of choices. That's my favorite saying. I always tell my kids, life's full of choices. Every second of every day, you make a choice. Whether it's a spoken word, whether it's a thought, whether it's a physical action, you make that choice and you live with the repercussions of that choice and you learn from them. It's pretty amazing how it all works when you truly bring it together. Zeb, how did you get started doing this?
I found myself in South Florida, living in West Palm Beach. I had my beautiful wife. We had a daughter, still do. At the time, she was 2, and I was had gone through an experience with the I own a mortgage company down there, and I gone through an experience where excuse me, where the market really hadn't. I performed great for years, and then suddenly 2 seasons of hurricanes back to back every weekend. You get a new hurricane coming through there. People were moving out of Florida left and right, and there just wasn't that much of a real estate market down there anymore. And while all this is going on, I'm sitting in my house one day, and we were still doing fine financially. I had referral sources set up of just where I was still going fine. But one day there was a turning point where I was watching public television, and Wayne Dyer's show, The Power of Intention, I believe it was on, and I was just completely enamored. I was glued to the television for 4 hours or however long it is, and I bought the book after that, started reading that, and shortly thereafter we realized, back to the business side of things, that that it wasn't. We didn't know how long the market would take to recover. I didn't know how long we would be able to continue to sustain the same level of income that we had gotten used to, and so we decided we needed to move, or wanted to move, and we could have moved anywhere, I suppose. I grew up in North Carolina, so this seemed like a natural choice for me. I know that the people, I'm used to the sense of community here, which you don't really have that much in South Florida. More of a transient sort of community. Anyway, so we decided on Asheville, moved here, and started going to the Center for Spiritual Living, and and listening to the things they had to say there, and it's just been an amazing journey to go through, and realizing some of the things that Barbara mentioned, and really for me, it's just, the place I've come to is I know that there's a power and a presence. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it works. All I know is that it is, and that it does work. And whenever we focus our attention on something, there's a really simple formula. Our thoughts give rise to our feelings, which give rise to our actions, which cause our results. It's the law of cause and effect. It's always working. It's never sleeping. It's always happening right now, and it's always bringing back to you whatever you put out. And so, learning how to put that into perspective is and use that going forward in life has just been invaluable. And so now, fast forward from the mortgage industry, learning how I've gone through coaching, went through coaching training, and became a coach, a wealth and business coach. Also do sales training, because that's sales has been a way of life for me as far as professionally for over a decade. So that's, I'm kind of taking everything that I have and putting it back into this sort of work that I'm doing now with Life Masters, and it's just been a great experience, and changing the lives of people all over the place, everywhere. So it's great.
Life coach is becoming a more common term for people to use, a more common position for people to hold. How do you become a life coach?
There's any sort of way you can do it, I guess. The way I did it, I was working at a company with, and the chief operating officer of the company was, and eventually the CEO of the company was a master coach trainer. He had done all these different coaching programs. You go to the week-long seminars with Tony Robbins, to all sorts of different things, and I had all these different certifications for timeline therapy and NLP and all of these things. And it was great because I worked with him and I was really close to him in the company. So he kind of took me under his wing, and just I was basically being coached and a coach in training for nearly a year. And so that's how I came to do it, and practicing the different techniques, and learning how to how to do it, and how to structure the business, and just the whole thing all the way around. Plus being coached in what I was doing every day, which at that time was still in the financial services industry. So that's how I did it.
Nice.
And I think that if you're going to be a life coach, or if you're going to go to a life coach, you need to be someone that has mastered those things that you're teaching. And Zeb, you've made a lot of money in your life, and you've found your dream and created your life to be this joy-filled experience, so you can give that to someone. I know that some people are out there doing life coaching, and they're doing it to try to make their life work. And so just, if you're going to be a life coach, you really need to have mastered that which you are teaching, like any good teacher. If you're going to find a teacher, make sure you have found a teacher who has mastered that which they are teaching.
What do you two believe is someone's biggest drawback from obtaining prosperity and abundance in their life?